we're approaching ludicrous speed, where now we think the team might take a guy who played 3 years and had 9.5 total sacks, or land, quote, a safe double in Aiden Hutchinson. And I've said to you, I'm not interested in either player. At number 2 in the draft, I'm interested in greatness. And, you know, you think about it, it's like in life, no one walking around is living a great life being totally safe. The safe and scared approach where you take no risks. And like you can even apply it, like you can apply it to your own life as you drive around. I can apply it to mine. The safe thing to do would have been to stay home for school, go to community college for 2 years, or go to some of the little SUNY schools my friends did. I didn't. I basically got laughed at by people when I said I was going to go 1,000 miles away, borrow a bunch of money I didn't have to go get a job that's damn near impossible to get, or once you get it, damn near impossible to keep it. But I did it. And it's one of the greatest blessings in my life. It's the risk it for the biscuit mentality. Some of the greatest things I've done in my life, I've incurred the biggest risks. And whether it's personally, business, or otherwise. Yeah. Well, the Lions have done none of that for 60 years. You know, Rico makes jokes about Terry Fair, but that was them being safe. The Lions taking Okudah at 3 was the safe thing because taking a quarterback there would have been risky. Risky to how your franchise guy would have reacted, or risky to what player you take. And it kind of lands you here. And as Lions fans, Rico, I think this is the important thing. Every day you wake up, you have 2 pathways you can choose. You could choose the pathway that's going to get you closer to the things you want, or the pathway that takes you further away. There's no in between. There's no such thing as stagnation. Franchises do the same thing. Every day, Brad Holmes and Spielman and Sheila, or whoever the hell's running this thing, wake up. You're either getting the Lions closer to where you want to be or further away. And I just don't think you can get where you got to go without being bold. So all offseason, Rico has sat here, listened to me go, man, go after Deshaun Watson. Make a call on Tyreek Hill. Be bold. Try, right? Malik Willis is here today. And it's not that I am somehow a fan of Malik Willis in specific, but I'm a fan of what Malik Willis represents. Much like I'm a fan of what Kayvon Thibodeau represents, and much like what Rico has sold you that Jordan Davis represents. That there is a risk, but an upside of greatness there. That this franchise seemingly has no willingness or ability to take. And I wanted to ask you guys the question with Malik Willis here today. Am I clinically insane that I would rather take one of the following 3 players, Willis, Davis, Tibbs, than either of Travon Walker or Aiden Hutchinson? That Travon Walker and Aiden Hutchinson, to me, are the safe and sound, boring, and zero-sum game move. They are nice players. They're not stars. If one of them was a star, there wouldn't be discussion about Jacksonville passing on them. If one of them was a star, there'd be no talk about Jacksonville and Trent Baalke wanting out of that pick. They're not stars. And I'll say it to you again. If Aiden Hutchinson played for Oregon, you wouldn't care. You have inherent bias that's at play here. See, what I want is greatness. What I want is to make a pick with confidence and boldness that I can tell my fan base, if this works, it's going to launch us into space. There's a chance it doesn't.
Right.
So, look, I think, and I know our show is different. No, I don't think that Jordan Davis is just a 2-down player. I don't think he's just a nose tackle in a 3-4. And there are plenty of football people who agree with that stance. I do think if you're an organization that has some vision and a little bit of an appetite for risk, I could find my way to saying that Jordan Davis could be the linchpin to the best run D in the league and be a deployable weapon. Kayvon Thibodeau, what's the reason you don't want Thibodeau? It's all non-football stuff. You're scared. You're scared of his attitude, or you're scared of his dreams. You're scared of his interests. You're scared of
he's
who
not
he
dedicated
is.
to the game.
He's not safe. See what I mean? And the Malik Willis thing, look, high risk. But you know what people are talking about right now? He'd enter the league and be the second best mobile QB behind Lamar Jackson from a running standpoint. He has a nuclear weapon of an arm. The problem? Played at a small school, very up and down against good teams. Mississippi State this year was god-awful. 2 years back, he was good. The point I'm making is I would much rather see the Lions take from the risk pile than just keep on keeping on with their safety dance. I'm not into the safe. I'm here to tell you, just because I think they're taking Travon Walker or Aiden, it doesn't mean I want either. I've reached that point. I don't want either guy.
Now, I've had a question. I'll let you and David be the arbiter here.
Yeah.
Because I've had this discussion.
Is it warm in here or is it me?
It's a little warm. I'll get it down.
What is it with these two guys before us? They wanted 78 degrees in here. What is this?
Doug hates being cold, even though he likes to live in Montana.
Well, then maybe he shouldn't be so emaciated.
I don't understand.
Jesus.
But was it 2018 when they took T.J. Hutchinson? Was that safe or not?
No, that was stupid.
Okay.
That was
because there was a bunch of good players there.
Oh, yeah.
But was this the Lions stepping out of the mold saying, we're going to take a guy that we're going to swing for the fences?
I'll give you an example. One of the riskiest draft picks in history was the Colts at 4 or 5 taking a guard. Unheard of. Quentin Nelson's a Hall of Fame player.
Yeah.
You know what a risk was? The Buffalo Bills taking Josh Allen. A kid who was only completing 50% of his passes in college, played at a smaller school in Wyoming, and when we all got to see Josh Allen play at Kinnick against Iowa, he was horrific. But they were bold. You know what was bold? The Bengals taking Jamar Chase, not Penei Sewell. They went to the Super Bowl. You know what was bold? The Cowboys not being scared like my Giants and taking Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is now one of the 10 best defensive players in football.
Oh, you're right.
Fortune favors the bold. So I'm just saying.
The fact Baltimore moving up to take Lamar Jackson.
The owner storming in after the GM went safe and got Hayden Hurst or got C.J. Mosley or whomever the hell they took. And Steve Bisciotti walked in and said, here's the deal. If you guys want to collect a check next week, you're going and getting me Lamar Jackson this next pick. And that's exactly what happened. Ask anybody. The Lions are never that team. So I've come to this epiphany here on the day that Malik Willis is here. I want to ask you, the fans, are you prepared to at least open your mind to the risk? Because I think my greatest fear now is that the Lions will simply go safe. They will get a okay football player, a good football player, when really only a great one is going to save them. Are you willing to take that risk? Whether it's Malik Willis, whether it's Jordan Davis, whether it be Kayvon Thibodeau. Because I'll tell you this. I happen to believe the best player of the bunch will come from the pile I'm giving you versus Aiden or Travon Walker.